Today's section of the book of Jonah that I encourage you to read is chapter 1 from verses 7 through 16. And this scene, if you're thinking of it like a movie, is on the boat that Jonah's on, and they're in the midst of the storm. It's raging all around them. They're desperate. It looks like the ship may go under, and they may all lose their lives. And they've gone from doing everything that they know how to do as sailors to try to keep the ship afloat, and they're turning to faith and desperation and asking everyone to call on their gods, and that doesn't work. So they cast lots, which is kind of like rolling dice to see whose fault is this, because in a disaster, worst comes to worst for people, they want a scapegoat. People want someone to blame. That's an ancient human tendency that's still with us today. And so the lot falls on Jonah, who's the missionary, right? Who's supposed to be doing God's work, but he's gone the opposite way. And he tells them, the sailors grill him, "Who are you? Where are you going? What are you doing?" And Jonah tells them, "I'm a Hebrew and I worship the Lord, the God of heaven who made the sea and the dry land." And then the men are even more afraid, and they say to him, "What is this that you have done?" And then they said to him, "What should we do?" And Jonah says to them, you could say this is depression, but you could also say it's courageous of him, and I prefer to think of it as courageous. And he basically says, "Look, I know it's my fault that this storm has come upon you, so throw me into the sea. Toss me in, and the sea will quiet down for you." And the verse of the day that I've chosen is verse 13, which says, Jonah has now confessed. He's admitted, "I'm running away from God who made the sea. The storm is because of me. Throw me overboard and save yourselves." And these pagan sailors don't do that. Now, I don't know about you, but if I was on a wooden ship heaving in the waves, feeling like my life was about to end and that I might drown and I'm sick and everything, and someone raised their hand and said, "Hey, it's all my fault this is happening. You can throw me overboard and it'll stop." There might be part of me that would be, "Thanks for sailing with us. Have a nice day," and chuck the guy overboard, right? But they don't do that. And the verse of the day in verse 13 is, "Nevertheless, the men rowed hard to bring the ship back to land, but they could not, for the sea grew more and more stormy against them." Give credit to these pagan sailors. They don't take the easy way out, even when Jonah gives them permission. They do all they can to save Jonah's life, as well as their own. And when they do finally throw him overboard, and they ask God to forgive them because they're saying basically, "This is what you seem to have chosen." And verse 16, the end of our section for today, tells us, "Then the men feared the Lord even more, and they offered a sacrifice to the Lord and made vows." Jonah has been a successful missionary even in spite of himself. Sometimes that can happen for us too.